Everyone, it's Melissa Sweet here, public health journalist from Croaky Blog, visiting Canberra for the People's Climate March, where I don't know how many thousands of people have just walked from New Parliament House to Old Parliament House. There's a very strong contingent here from the health and medical professions, which is terrific, and it's lovely to see Dr Lenore Guy from James Cook University has just joined us. So the power of Periscope and online and hooking us up. Now I've just got here Dr Ashwin Swaminathan, who's marching with one of the health and medical groups here and also involved in the College of Physicians. So could you tell us a bit about yourself and why you're involved in the march?
So thanks, Melissa. So I'm an infectious diseases physician and a general physician who works in a hospital. I'm involved with the Climate Change and Health Working Group for the College of Physicians, and we physicians, we see our role as advocates for important public health issues, and certainly climate change and its impact on health for populations is increasingly becoming apparent as a huge issue. So the College of Physicians are quite keen to ensure the people who are in positions to make decisions about our climate change policy are aware of the health impacts of climate change.
And what was your take from today? Do you think there was a strong representation from the health and medical sector?
Oh, look, I was really impressed. It was really nice to see a range of health professionals, so from nursing staff from the hospital that I work with, all the way general practitioners, public health physicians and specialists, as well as hospitalists were all here, which shows the increasing awareness amongst the health profession of this important issue.
And what would you like to see come out of the Paris talks? Because I guess that's the context for this march.
Well, one is that we want to put health impacts of climate change front and centre as a high priority impact of climate change. It's not just about agriculture and water and industry. Health is a tangible outcome of if climate change is allowed to develop in an uncontrolled way. So we want to see effective action on climate change, and that really means strong policies to allow us to mitigate the dangerous effects of climate change, but also to think really carefully about policies in the medium and long term to adapt to the climate change that's already in the system. We are particularly aware that particular emphasis needs to be placed on public health in developing countries who are going to be hit the hardest by the health impacts of climate change.
It does seem that the most vulnerable are going to pay the biggest cost for the inaction.
Well, that's right. When the burden of disease of climate disease, so that these are things such as heat stress, infectious diseases and diseases related to inadequate food and water, are already the burden of disease is highest in the developing world, and climate change will exacerbate that. So and I think that's something that we need to be aware of, and we do have an ethical but also a public health responsibility.
And what would you like to see come out of today's marches? You know, what message would you really like politicians, governments, policymakers to take away?
Yeah, I mean, I think the fact that this is happening globally, that this is a community-based, ground-up movement, I think is really important, that our elected representatives can see the people who are coming out and the wide diversity of people who are coming out who are really concerned about this issue. That's one. Two, again, just to say that to point out the definite health impacts of climate change. As health professionals, that's our expertise, so we feel that we can talk about that issue, and I think that we have a certain credibility in the community to talk about these issues. So we want to put that front and centre for our politicians, particularly coming up to the COP21 meeting. And thirdly, it's just a momentum for us, for health professionals to know that you can be part of these movements, that the College of Physicians and other colleges have a place in advocating for these type of things going into the future.
So what would be your call to action to health professionals watching you or listening to you now?
Well, one, just to become more aware of the changes if they're not already aware of the potential health impacts of climate change. The Lancet Commission on Climate Change put out a landmark report just recently outlining the global effects of climate change on health, and that's a good start. I mean, it's an evidence-based, data-rich document, and also it points to health policy measures that would be appropriate in this setting. So I think just increasing awareness. We also have, if you want more information, we do have the College of Physicians has put out a evidence-based website called doctorsforclimateaction.org, where there is information that is relevant for Australia in our region about the health impacts of climate change. And you can also sign a petition on that website, which will be presented to our elected representatives.
Fantastic. Well, thank you very much for speaking with us today, and also for bringing your colleagues out with you. I'll just turn off Periscope now. Thank you everyone for joining us.